We now ask those able to please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Carolyn Merritt. Thank you, Carolyn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest.
Hello there, Chinook fans. Welcome to another edition of Chinook Baseball. Tonight, it's stretch time. We begin the last 10 games of this Alaska Baseball League season. Tonight, your Chinooks in the big city, Anchorage, against the Glacier Pilots. The Glacier Pilots come in 7-3 in their last 10 for an even 500 record of 16 wins and 16 losses. While your Chinooks come into this game a little beat in the last 10 games, 4 wins, 6 losses. That is good for a winning record, or a losing record, I should say, of 14 wins and 20 losses. The Pilots, with their even record of 16-16, are good for third place in the Alaska Baseball League standings. And our Chinooks, well, it's all right. We have a few more games to go. We are in 5th and last place, but only a game out of that 4th and final playoff spot. So tonight, it's critical juncture in this season. Last night, we saw a doubleheader against these same Pilots in your Chinooks. The first game went well. The Chinooks won 8-7. But the second game, the Pilots took advantage of their offense and won 8-5. Tonight, on the mound for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots is Biagio Shute. Biagio Shute is from Marymount, California University. In 6 games, 4 of those started. He posts 27 innings pitched, 2 wins, 1 loss, a 3.33 ERA, 14 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 32 hits. And coming up to lead things off is Jeremy Johnson, the leadoff hitter. Following him is the center fielder Levi Gilcrease. Justin Gomez catching and batting third, the cleanup hitter, the left fielder tonight, Aaron Shackelford. Brandon Mitchie playing second, batting fifth. Preston White, the DH, batting sixth. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Adam Rojas. Luke Coffey playing third base, batting eighth, and Alex Schmitz batting ninth and playing shortstop. And the first pitch of the game from Biagio is in there for strike 1 to Johnson. The 0-1 pitch misses on the outside, evens it up 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson from Auburn University comes into this game just above that 300 threshold, hitting .301 exactly. As he takes that 1-1 outside, ball 2. 2-1 from Biagio. Johnson evens his count up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in Anchorage, not a cloud in sight. A 64-degree weather night tonight in the big city in Alaska at Mulcahy Stadium. The 2-2. And that breaking ball misses on the outside to low the count, full 3 balls, 2 strikes. The last time we saw Biagio on the mound, July 14th, when he went 4 innings of 1-run, 2-hit baseball against the Bucks. First time the Chinooks are seeing him, and the Chinooks off to a good start as Johnson takes that one high and inside for ball 4, and Johnson will trot down and take his base. Johnson always a threat on the base pass. 15, or should I say 10 stolen bases this season. And he will be on for the center fielder tonight, Levi Gilcrease. Justin Gomez on deck. Gilcrease from Baylor University in 234 this season. And takes a hack at that one, but comes up empty for strike 1. Gilcrease last night combined the doubleheaders, went 1 for 7. 2 runs scored, 1 walk, and 1 stolen base. He now awaits the 0-1 from the Pilots' right-hander. And that one finds the inside corner for strike 2. Gilcrease automatically turns, gives the up a questionable face. And I'll agree with our Chinook there. Not sure where that found the strike zone, but it did. No balls, 2 strikes here to Gilcrease. And Gilcrease sends that 0-2 out of play to stay alive here. And they'll face Biagio. Another no ball, 2 strikes. Johnson on first. Gilcrease at the plate here to begin things in the top half of the first. Between your Chinooks and the Glacier Pilots of Anchorage. 0-2. And Gilcrease, easy take outside, ball 1. In the field tonight for the Pilots, catching Sam Cohen, playing first base, Sam Frugale. The second baseman is Malcolm Tipler. The hot corner will be manned by Andre Gregory. The shortstop, Cameron Thompson. And from left to right, Chandler Anderson, Will Brennan, and Chris McCready. The 1-2 to Gilcrease. And Gilcrease chops that out to Thompson, who has to throw to first and is in time. For out number 1, Johnson does advance from first to second on that play. And so the Chinooks will have a runner in scoring position here with 1 away. And Justin Gomez stepping to the plate. That ball was a grounder to the shortstop, however, was not hit hard enough. And ultimately, Cameron Thompson, the shortstop out there, had no choice but to flip to first for the guaranteed out. And that sets up potential RBI situation for the Azusa Pacific catcher, Gomez. Last night in the doubleheader combined went 1 for 6. We'll look to get back on that pace as he takes that one low for ball 1. Johnson stands on second. After the fielder's choice ground out by Gilcrease, the 1-0 to Gomez is taken outside, ball 2. The big hitting Shackelford stands in on deck as he awaits his at-bats here. Gomez currently awaiting the 2-0 from Biagio with Johnson on second, the 2-0. And Gomez watches that one in for strike 1. Biagio steps back on the rubber, looks in, and the 2-1. And Gomez rifles that up the middle, and that gets through into center. And Johnson, who had to retreat back to second for a moment, is going to end up at third, as that ball was rifled, but it looked for a moment like it could potentially be caught by the shortstop. That led to Johnson retreating a tad back to second. And so even with his speed, he could not make that up. But the Chinooks will have runners on the corners here for Aaron Shackelford in the top half of the first, 7:20 p.m. And the Chinooks looking to strike early. Shackelford hitting .283 from the Masters University. 2 for 4 in the first game last night, 1 for 4 in the second. Hits here with 1 away and runners on the corners. And takes that high and outside for ball 1. Biagio shoot on the mound. Looking in Shackelford with 1 ball, no strike. That breaking ball from shoot. Comes in for strike 1. Even count of 1 ball, 1 strike here. Jeremy Johnson on third. Justin Gomez stands on first. And Aaron Shackelford with 1 out in the top half of the first awaits the 1-1 pitch from shoot. And Shackelford launches that one down the middle, strike 2. Shackelford so far this season has 18 RBIs. Would love to tack on that 19th. Right here, runners on the corners. 1 out, the 1-2 coming to Shackelford from shoot. And Shackelford gets that up. And that's going to be in left field and not going to be deep enough for Johnson as that ball's caught out there by Chandler Anderson. And so that means runners on the corner still here now with 2 away for Brandon Mitchie. Mitchie will be attending Mercer University next year. Sports a batting average of .270. Last night, went 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI in the first game. And in the second matchup, went 1 for 4. And he takes that one in for strike 1. The 0-1 coming from shoot to Mitchie. And Mitchie swings and misses on that one to go down. No balls, 2 strikes. The Brisbane Australian native here going to have to buckle down and focus and look to protect here. Johnson on third, Gomez on first. 2 outs in the 0-2 coming to Brandon Mitchie. And Mitchie is rung up there on the outside corner. Shoot, good location on that fastball, and that's going to do it for the top half of the first. The Chinooks get 2 runners on, but can't take advantage, and we head to the bottom of the first. 0-0 as the Pilots come to the plate.
Out for your Anchorage Glacier.
And as we come to the bottom of the first, Caleb Duarte here, doing the play-by-play for your Chinooks versus the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. 0-0 is the score as Will Brennan leads things off for the Pilots. And champs that first pitch out to Coffey over there at third, who throws over to first for out number one. One pitch, one out for the Chinooks starting pitcher, Tyler Yoshihara from Pomona Pitzer College, a Saratoga, California native. In 11 games on the mound, 2 of those starts, 1 win, 1 loss. Boasts a 4.88 ERA, and in 27 2/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 29 hits. As he misses up high, ball 1 to Andre Gregory, the all-star for the Pilots, the 1-0. And that one is in there for a high strike. Even count of 1-1 now. Gregory hitting .318 this season in 85 plate appearances. 7 RBIs, 20 walks, and 14 strikeouts. So he takes that one low and outside, ball 2. The last time we saw Yoshihara on the mound was July 15th in the scout game with 2 innings of no hit, no run baseball. Gave up 2 walks and a strikeout. As he gets Gregory swinging there to even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes here. With nobody on and 1 away in the bottom half of the first. In the 0-0 ball game, Yoshihara looks in the 2-2. And right down Broadway, great pitch from Yoshihara for out number 2. And Yoshi, as we call him, records his first strikeout of the game.
Next up for your Glacier Pilots from UC Santa Barbara, catcher number 7, Sam Cohen.
Come to the plate here for the Pilots, the catcher, Sam Cohen from UC Santa Barbara. Takes that one inside, ball 1. Cohen, scoring a .288 batting average so far. Waits the 1-0. As that ball's rifled down, good play by Rogers to keep that in front of him, who flips to Yoshihara. And, well, you want to talk about being productive. Yoshihara gets a 1-2-3 inning in less than 10 pitches. That's going to do it for the first. We head to the top half of the second. Chinook 0, Pilot 0. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. And as we come back, top half of the second, in this Alaska Baseball League matchup, Preston White to the plate. To lead things out for the Chinooks, takes that one outside, ball 1. White, last night, sent a bomb in the left field for a 3-run homer. Seen the ball well of late. Our home run derby second place recipient swings and misses on that high cheese to even up the count, 1 strike and 1 ball. White, typically seen on the mound, but so far in the past few games have been having a bat in his hands. Awaits the 1-1, as that one is low for ball 2. Preston White Last 2 seasons have been found at Birmingham Southern College. Will be attending the Masters University next year. We're excited to see what the future holds for White there as he takes that breaking ball in for strike 2. The 2-2 coming from Shoot on the mound for the Pilots. As the 6'6" right-hander in the plate awaits. And that 2-2 is on the outside. The appeal down to first base, and the umpire down there says White was able to hold off on that one. I would have to agree with that first base umpire. Full count of 3-2 to the Memphis, Tennessee native. White sends that high up in the air. Malcolm Tipler over at second. Trots back a tad and makes the catch right outside the brim of the infield. Round number 1.
Now batting from Judson University, playing first base number 15, Adam Rojas.
Adam Rojas, typically found in a catching gear, instead has the first base glove on tonight, as he will be manning the first base position. Takes that one in for strike 1. Rojas from St. Charles, Illinois, Chicago Cubs fan, hitting .208 this season. Had a good game last night as he swings and misses for strike 2. But speaking of Rojas, he caught the first game, which resulted in an 8-7 win. Went 2 for 3 in the batting box, but also made some great throws from behind the dish. As he's jammed on that one and pops that up for Cohen behind the plate, who briskly puts that in his glove for out number 2. Luke Coffey come to the plate now. Coffey last night was seen at first base, now over at the hot corner tonight. Coffey from Westmont University, or Westmont College, I should say. Hits here, nobody out, and 2 away. Shoot on the mound, gets his signs from Cohen, lines and throws. And Coffey, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Coffey, the 6'3", 205 righty out of Santa Barbara, California, sporting a .217 batting average, awaits the 0-1. And Coffey gambled on that breaking pitch from Shoot and cannot lay off. And he has to protect here down, no balls, 2 strikes. Shoot, winds, and the 0-2. And Coffey is jammed, but gets that out of play, and he'll stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes, coming again. Coffey from the right side of the batter's box once again awaits the 0-2. Coffey thought about it for a moment, but laid off for ball 1. Good idea. Good pitch, though, from Shoot. As Coffey was just able to lay off that breaking ball cheese. 1-2. And that one comes inside and just misses the inside strike zone for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Coffey hitting here with nobody on and 2 away in the top half of the second. The deuces are wild. The 2-2 2-out pitch, and it is high and inside for ball 3. Well, there goes my poker reference for the inning as the deuces are broken. Full count of 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Coffey. As Coffey, aggressive as ever, is able to lay off there, and he's going to take his 14 base on balls. And he'll be a 2-out base runner here for the Chinooks.
Now batting from Oral Roberts University, shortstop number 11, Alex Schmitz.
And hitting here with 2 outs and 1 on is Alex Schmitz, playing the shortstop position tonight from Oral Roberts University. And Schmitz lays off that one outside for ball 1. Schmitz, a Tulsa, Oklahoma native, hitting .152 this season. Does sport a 0 ERA in 2 innings of work this season. Awaits the 1-0 with a runner on first and 2 away. And Schmitz goes after that strike and comes up empty. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first to Alex Schmitz, who again goes after the high fastball from Shoot and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Shoot sets on the 1-2. And Schmitz stays alive after he sends that one out of play. And he'll await another 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. The 1-2. And Schmitz just able to get a piece of that one to stay alive. Tips that one to the backstop. And he'll face another 1-2 pitch from Shoot. Luke Coffey stands on first in the 0-0 ball game here at Mulcahy Stadium. No runs across for either team. I'm sure that will change soon. 1-2 coming to Alex Schmitz with the runner on first and 2 away. And that one is chopped away again by Schmitz, as a battle is brewing here between Shoot and Schmitz. 1-2 coming again to the old Robert shortstop. Shoot sets the 1-2 coming for the 4th and final time. But instead, we'll have to throw out a 5th one. As Schmitz battling up there, fouls it out to the backstop. And we'll have another 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 out runner on first pitch coming up. The 1-2. And Schmitz lays off that breaking ball for ball 2. Shoot looks in now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the second to Alex Schmitz. And Schmitz lays off again, and that ball outside on the dirt. And this count has worked its way from a 1-2 battle to a 3-2 full count. Alex Schmitz at the plate here. 3-2, 2-out pitch. And Schmitz again sends that out of play. That one was just out of my reach. The windows weren't here. Might have made a diving attempt on that one. The 3-2 coming again to Schmitz. Luke Coffey stands on first. The 10th pitch of the at-bat. Coming on its way to Schmitz. And Schmitz pops that out to center field, but Tipler is right there. So after a long at-bat, Schmitz goes down, popping up. We head to the bottom of the second. Chinook 0, Pilot 0. We're going to come back with more Chinook baseball.
hitter, number 14.
More Chinook baseball for you as we're back here in the bottom of the second inning. In this 0-0 affair between your Chinooks and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Carter Benz to lead things out for the Pilots. And that first pitch from Yoshihara is up high, ball one. Benz from Fresno State playing the DH role, hitting cleanup, the 1-0. He's outside, ball two. The 2-0 now from Yoshihara. That one's sent out of play by Benz. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Benz sporting an even batting average of 300. As he has gone exactly 30 for 100 this season. The 2-1. That one is sent foul. To even up this count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. And that one is sent out of play by Benz. To stay alive here, 2 balls, 2 strikes still. Yoshihara delivers the 2-2 up high for ball 3. And we'll have a full count here to the Fresno State Bulldog at the plate for the Pilots. Yoshihara looks into Justin Gomez behind the dish, the 3-2. And just missed on the outside for ball 4. Well, Yoshihara worked so fast in the bottom of the first, didn't have time to read the field tonight for the Chinooks. Catching is Justin Gomez playing first. We got Adam Rojas. The middle infield is compromised of Brandon Mitchie playing second and Alex Mitch playing short. And Luke Caffey manning the hot corner over there at third base. And from left to right, we have Aaron Lubshack Shackelford. Levi Gilchrist playing center and Jeremy Johnson playing the role of the right fielder tonight as Yoshihara checks in on Benz on a pickoff attempt. Nothing happening there. Just a little how you doing. Reminding him he still knows he's there. Nobody out, runner on first for Chris McCready, who takes that one chest and high and inside for ball 1. McCready from University of San Diego and a Valencia, California native awaits the 1-0 from Yoshihara. And that one's sent opposite field, but foul. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. McCready last night, first of the doubleheader, went 1 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs and a strikeout.
I'm sorry about that. I hope I didn't say you can purchase them. I think I said you were selling round tickets. I'm sorry about that.
Yoshihara sets the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Inside ball 2. Yoshihara looks over to Benz at first. Looks to McCready now.
I'm just a man standing in your shadow, Gabby.
2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Inside and finds this inside strike zone to even it up 2-2. Well, we got somewhat of a deuces wild here. McCready, sporting the number 2, has a 2-2 pitch in the bottom of the second inning. Yoshihara checks the run on first and the 2-2. And that one's chopped out to Schmitz at short, who comes in, puts it away, the throw to first, and he holds the ball as Benz is able to slide in safely. But Schmitz catches that line out for out number 1. And Cameron Thompson, the shortstop here, coming to the plate for the Pilots.
Shortstop from Kansas State, number 23, Cameron Thompson.
Cameron Thompson hitting here with 1 out and a runner on first. Thompson from Kansas State. Yoshihara sets in the stretch today and finds the strike zone for strike 1. Thompson so far from the Pasadena, Texas native, hitting .245, 14 ribbies, 19 walks, and 21 strikeouts. awaits the 0-1 with a runner aboard first and one away. And that one's sent out to Gilcrease in center, who trots to his right and puts that away for out number 2.
Next up for yours, Glacier Pilots from Virginia Tech, first baseman number 12, Sam Fragale.
Sam Frugale now to the plate. Hits here with 2 away and a runner on first in this 0-0 ball game. Yoshihara from the stretch looks in. And the first pitch to Frugale is inside for strike 1. Frugale waiting the 0-1 here. From Virginia Tech and a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native is Yoshihara. Flips over to first, checking in again on Benz. The 0-1. Coming to the hokey at the plate. And just missed down low. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike now. Frugale, 5'10" junior, waiting the 1-1. And that breaking ball is chopped out to Coffey. Good job spearing that. The long throw across the diamond. And as that past Rojas, that ball skipped in the dirt. And Benz is going to be held up at third, and Frugale is going to head to second. Coffey made a great stop over there at third, but the throw was in the dirt, and Adam Rojas over there not able to pick it. And that is going to mean runners on second and third with 2 outs here for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots.
Glacier Pilots from Austin Peay University, second baseman number 5, Malcolm Tipler.
And now hitting with runners aboard second and third is the Austin Peay University second baseman, Malcolm Tipler, the 5'9" left-hander. Looks in from Yoshihara, who will look to get out of this runners on second and third jam. And off to a good start as he finds the strike zone in to go up no balls, 1 strike. Tipler from Jackson, Tennessee, hitting .212 this season. The men in white and blue. The 0-1 coming from Yoshihara on the mound. And that one misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carter Benz stands on third. Sam Frugale stands on second. And Malcolm Tipler hitting from the left side of the plate stands in with 2 outs and the 1-1. And that one's in the dirt. Good job by Justin Gomez to keep that in front of him using that chest plate. However, it does miss in the dirt for ball 2. So Tipler goes ahead here, 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1. And that one's inside as Tipler has to move out of the way of that one. And here we go, the Austin Peay Governor at the plate. The 3-1 from Yoshihara with 2 away. And that one finds the chest high strike zone. And well, we have talked about sometimes the umpires expand the strike zone, and that might have been a perfect example, but nonetheless, this count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runners on second and third, and 2 away. Yoshihara winds and throws. Got him. Yoshihara leaned back and gave it all he got and gets Tipler swinging there. For out number 3, we head to the top of the third, and your Chinooks come to the plate. This game tied 0 apiece. When we come back, we got more baseball for you here in beautiful Anchorage, Alaska. After 2 scoreless innings, the Chinooks are coming to the plate here in the top half of the third. Jeremy Johnson, the leadoff hitter, steps up to the plate to lead things out for the Chinooks here. And the first pitch from Shoot skips in the dirt for ball 1.
Just the night of having everything. They were the blue tickets, right? For the testing.
The 1-0 is down low. Ball 2 to Jeremy Johnson at the plate.
Oh, right. Sorry to keep asking. So I said blue. Okay, thank goodness. All right. Awesome. I had it right.
The 2-ball, no strike pitch coming up here. And Johnson chops that out to Anderson at short, who fields it and flips to first. For out number 1. In other Alaska Baseball League news, we have a big doubleheader going on down in Kenai between the Anchorage Bucks and the Peninsula Oilers. You ask why that's such a big deal. Well, the Chinooks came into this game a game back of the Oilers for the 4th and final playoff spot. And so far, the Oilers lose game 1 of the doubleheader, 8-2 from the Anchorage Bucks. So that means the Chinooks stand a half game back, depending on how this game goes. And meanwhile, Gilcrease, first pitch swinging, grounds out to the second baseman Tipler. And the Chinooks down quickly here with 2 away. So as it stands, if the Chinooks can pull a win out without factoring in the second game of that doubleheader, that would mean the Chinooks would be even with the Oilers. But if the Chinooks lose, they would still remain a game back of the Oilers. However, the Oilers do have a second game of a doubleheader between the Bucks going live any minute now. So we'll keep an eye on that one as Justin Gomez takes that one low and outside for ball 1. Looking ahead in the future, tomorrow, the Chinooks are in Matsu to face the Matsu Miners. The last time we make that trip up to Palmer, Alaska. Then we have a day off on Sunday and Monday. And are back here on Tuesday, July 25th, as the Pilots come to our place at Lee Jordan Field. And that's July 25th. Gomez takes that one in for strike 1. The 1-1 now come from Shoot on the mound. Is outside, ball 2. The 2-1. And skips in the dirt for ball 3. Gomez here having a hitter's count at 3 balls, 1 strike. He hits here with nobody on and 2 away. The 3-1. And Gomez sends that out to deep right center. That ball's going back. And going to be caught out there in deep right center by Will Brennan. And that's going to do it for the Chinooks top half of the third. 0-0 was the score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. And as we're back here on the bottom of the third inning here at Mulcahy Stadium, and beautiful Anchorage, Alaska, in this 0-0 affair between your Chinooks and the boys from the city, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Chandler Anderson to lead things out. The pilot left fielder here. The 9-hole hitter as Yoshihara looks in and throws for a swinging strike, and he goes ahead. No balls, 1 strike here. Anderson from Park City, Utah, and the University of Utah athlete, a 6'3" junior, hitting 138 in this Alaska Baseball League, awaits the 0-1 from the Pomona right-hander, as that one is rifled out to left field, and Shackelford has to go back, and that one is off his glove and rolls all the way to the wall. Anderson rolls around first and steams into second for a leadoff stand-up double at Shackelford. Now, it should be noted, he's not used to playing out there, and that ball, not only did Shackelford have to battle the sun, but that ball was grilled. And Shackelford, now, I don't think he would ever bring this up in his excuse, but he's only about 5'9", and so when you're factoring in the sun, that ball was drilled, and that ball was above his head. That was going to be a tough play, but Shackelford could not come down with that. And that is going to mean the Chinooks will battle with a leadoff double. And that one is sent foul. From the leadoff hitter, Will Brennan, hitting here with nobody on and a runner on second base in the bottom of the third inning. The 0-1. And that one's down low. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yoshihara sets the 1-1. And that one's chopped out to Schmitz at short. Backhands that one. The throw to first is in time for out number 1 as Anderson goes from second to third on the play. And so now the Pilots, is with Andre Gregory stepping to the plate, will have a runner on third and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And Gregory calls time from the batter's box here. Anderson stands on third. Gregory from the plate. And the pitch from Yoshihara misses outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes here from Yoshihara. And that one misses outside as well, almost in the exact same location for ball 2. The 2-0. And that one is sent foul right next to the booth for strike 1. I'm telling you, no windows here. Give me a glove. I am set. Runner on third here in the bottom of the third. 0-0 ball game. 1 hit apiece for both squads. And the 2-1 coming from Yoshihara. And gets Gregory swinging there to even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sam Cohen, the catcher, stands on deck for the Pilots, as he would love to hit here with his Pilots boasting the lead, as Anderson on third stands 90 feet away, and the infield is going to come in and be just beyond the brim of the grass. 2-2, and that ball is sent to Schmitz, who grounds it and throws to first in time for out number 1, or excuse me, out number 2. And well, the Chinooks decision paying off right away as the infield comes in, and the next pitch is a ground ball that you can make the case if the infield was not brought in, considering the shortstop, Alex Schmitz, is playing deep in the hole. That runner from third would be coming home. So now, 2 outs now as the runner still stands on third, and that ball's rifled. Great play by Rojas. Down at first and flips to Yoshihara, who steps on first, and Adam Rojas, who needs the catcher's gear when you got a glove like that, as he makes a great diving play to keep that run at bay for the Pilots. And we head to the top of the fourth, 0-0 ball game. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. Top of the fourth here in a 0-0 ball game. As Aaron Shackelford playing left field for him tonight. Steps in to lead things out for the Chinooks. And that ball is inside and in the dirt for ball one.
You heard that one? Never mind.
1-0. He's on the outside of the strike zone to even it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. And Shackelford sends that to the backstop for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes here. And Shackelford rips that out to right field, and that ball is going to drop for a leadoff single here in the top half of the fourth. And so the Chinook left fielder gets aboard for Brandon Mitchie down to the plate with a runner on first, nobody out. The top half of the fourth in this 0-0 ball game.
Now batting second baseman number 9, Brandon Mitchie.
Shoot on the mound, looks in, sets, and throws, and outside for ball 1. Shoot now, the 1-0 to Mitchie. And that ball again is on the outside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to the Australian second baseman, Brandon Mitchie. Aaron Shackelford stands on first, and nobody out here in the top half of the fourth inning. The 2-0 is outside the strike zone here, and Mitchie finds himself in a 3-ball, no-strike count. So he'll probably just sit back and let Shoot make the mistake on this one if there's one to be done. Runner aboard first and nobody out in the top half of the fourth, and 3-0 coming to Mitchie. And Mitchie does indeed watch that one come in for strike 1. So now Mitchie surely will have the green light here on a hitter's count of 3 balls, 1 strike from Shoot coming up. And Mitchie, no need to swing the bat as he takes that one low and inside for ball 4, and the Chinooks have something going. Runners on first and second to begin things in the top half of the fourth. And Preston White now to the plate. And we'll see here if the Chinooks opt for the sack bunt attempt to try to move those runners to second and third. But with the power White possesses, he might just let him swing the bat. Aaron Shackelford stands on second. Brandon Mitchie stands on first, and Preston White at the plate. Shoot on the mound, looks in. And that one is up high, but called a strike 1. 0-1 coming to White. Shackelford on second, Mitchie on first. And Biagio's shoot, 0-1, as White sends that foul. And it'll go down in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Shoot, sets, the 0-2. And White sends that opposite field, but foul. So he'll stay alive in the batter's box for another 0-2 pitch on its way in moments from Shoot. The 0-2. And White takes that one inside for ball 1. Runners on first and second here. Nobody out in the top half of the fourth. Biagio's shoot on the mound for the Pilots. sets the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch, and White takes a look at that breaking ball and swings and misses for out number 1. Now batting here from Judson University, Adam Rojas playing first base tonight. Made a great run-saving, inning-ending diving play as he takes that one high and inside for ball 1. Judson University catcher playing first tonight, waiting in the 1-0 from Shoot on the mound. Runners on first and second here, 1 out. The 1-0 on its way to Rojas. That one is outside, skips in the dirt, and the runners are going to try to advance, and Mitchie, absolutely no shot as he is gunned down trying to take second on that ball in the dirt. Now Shackelford goes from second to third. However, Cohen opts to throw down a second and easily beats Mitchie for second out of the inning. So now the Chinooks, with Adam Rojas at the plate, have a runner on third and 2 away here in the top of the 4th. This game still at 0 apiece. The 2-0 coming to Rojas. And Rojas out to Gregory at short, who flips that to first and in time for out number 3. The Chinooks get runners on first and second with nobody out, but cannot take advantage of the situation. And the Pilots are coming to the plate at the bottom of the 4th. Caleb Duarte here with you as we come back to the bottom of the 4th in this Alaska Baseball League matchup between your Chugiak Chinooks and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. As Tyler Yoshihara misses up high, ball 1. To the batter, the DH tonight for the Pilots, Carter Benz, who takes the hack of that one and evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yoshihara so far through 3 innings, no runs on 1 hit, and the 1-1 coming to Benz. Misses for ball 2. And that 2-1 skips in the dirt to Gomez behind the plate. Hitters count of 3-1 now coming to the DH, Carter Benz. And that 3-1 is ripped out to Schmitz, who backhands it. The throw to first is high, but Rojas is able to come down with it and apply the tag. For out number 1, Rojas, he was in all 5-11 of himself to come down with that one after Schmitz threw that a tad high. However, the Chinooks still get the out. And now with 1 away and nobody on in the bottom of the 4th, Chris McCready to the plate. And Yoshihara misses up high for ball 1. Like I was mentioning earlier, the Bucks and Oilers, which have a lot in terms of impact on our standing, have begun the second game of the doubleheader, so we will keep you updated frequently throughout this game. Yoshihara misses for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to the Pilot right fielder. And swing and a miss for strike 1. The 2-1 coming from Yoshihara. And another foul tip into the glove for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on here as Yoshihara looks for his 3rd strikeout of the game. From the windup, Yoshihara, as McCready steps back in, hit from the left side. The right-hander for the Chinooks throws the 2-2 inside for ball 3. McCready had to do a little bit of tap dancing to get out of the way of that one. Full count of 3-2 now. Yoshihara, the 3-ball, 2-strike pitch, and that one's chopped out to Rojas, who flips it to Yoshihara, who steps on first for the 2nd out of the bottom of the 4th. And now with 2 outs and still nobody on for the Pilots, Cameron Thompson, the Pilot shortstop tonight, to the plate. Thompson hitting from the left side, awaits the first pitch with 2 outs here, and that one outside of the strike zone for ball 1. The 1-0 is down low, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. And that one is chopped out to Schmitz, who fields it and throws to first and in time for out number 3. Once again, the Pilots go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We're through 4. Pilots 0, Chinooks 0. When we come back, Chinooks come to the plate at the top half of the 5th. Top of the 5th here at Mulcahy Stadium. Luke Coffey to lead things down for the Chinooks. 0-0 is the score. Shoot. First pitch is sent high in the air, but in fair territory. Out to Will Brennan out there in center. Route number 1. Shortstop Alex Schmitz now to the plate. With 1 out, nobody on in the top half of the 5th. Biagio shoot. Get the signs from his catcher, Sam Cohen. Looks in from the windup. And throws. That's down for ball 1. The 1-0 And that one's outside, skips in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Top half of the 5th. Alex Schmidt's at the plate. The 2-0 from the right hander for the Pilots is sent out of play.
Ball brought to you by Carlos Jr.
Two balls, 1 strike here. Coming to Schmitz. And that one is inside, ball 2, or ball 3, excuse me. 3 balls, 1 strike here to the Oral Roberts shortstop. The 3-1. And Schmidt sends that out to Brennan in center, who comes in and is going to put that in his glove for out number 2. And quickly, the Chinooks have 2 outs and nobody on, and we're back at the top of the order. And Jeremy Johnson for the Chinooks here in the 0-0 ball game.
Number 14, Jeremy Johnson.
Johnson waits. First pitch with 2 outs here, nobody on. And Johnson takes that one in for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to the Auburn outfielder at the plate. And that one's chopped out. To Andre Gregory at third. He throws across the diamond to first. And in time for out number 3. We got ourselves a pitcher's duel going on as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Chinook 0, Pilot 0. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. And as we come back here, bottom of the 5th inning, 0-0 was the score. And Tyler Yoshihara back on the mound for the Chinooks. As Sam Frugale to the plate. Leading things out for the Pilots is Yoshihara up high, ball 1. Yoshihara, the 1-0. Gets Frugale swinging there for strike 1. Even count. 1 apiece here. The 1-1. That one is inside at the wrist for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here with nobody on, nobody out. And in the strike zone indeed to even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Chinook righty, Tyler Yoshihara. Yoshihara getting the signs from Gomez, winds and deals the 2-2. That breaking ball gets Frugale jammed and sends that out to Johnson and Wright, who collects it like a can of corn here. Route number 1. Nobody out, nobody on, and 1 out.
University, second baseman, number 5.
And Malcolm Tipler to the plate. Tipler hitting here with 1 away, nobody on at the bottom of the 5th. And the throw from Yoshihara in there for strike 1. The 0-1 coming from Yoshihara here. He's down in the dirt and inside, ball 2. The 1-1. And swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove of Gomez for strike 2. The 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out pitch coming up from Yoshihara on the hill, who winds and deals. And that one is tapped down to Schmitz. Going to be a tough play. Schmitz fields it, throws to first, and not in time. That's Tipler able to hustle down first for the infield single. And that is going to be the first hit of the game for the Pilots. Well, no hitter had to end eventually, most likely. So there goes.
Utah, left fielder number 16, Chandler Anderson.
1 out and a runner on first for the Pilots. The 9-hole hitter, Chandler Anderson, to the plate. And that one is chopped up the middle. And that is going to be runners aboard first and second. And, well, the Pilots came into this 5th inning with no hits. And now they put together back-to-back ones to start something here for the top of the order and Will Brennan.
Now batting from Kansas State, center fielder number 18, Will Brennan.
Brennan from Kansas State hitting here with runners aboard first and second and 1 away in the 0-0 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Brennan chops it out to left field. Aaron Shackelford out there puts that away. Round number 2. Shackelford, who had a bit of a struggle so far in this game, had 1 ball come off his glove and roll all the way to the fence, is able to get onto that one
From the University of New Mexico,
for the out. Number 2 of the inning. The 2-hole hitter, the third baseman, Andre Gregory, to the plate here. With runners aboard first and second, 2 outs. Yoshihara looks in, looking to get out of this inning on 1 batter here. And that one is on the outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here. And the 1-0 up high to make it 2-0 now. And the Pilots, with a 2-0 pitch on its way to Gregory, looking to put the first run of the game across home plate. And that misses outside, ball 3. And, well, this is the best position either team has been in terms of running. Or I should say, putting a run across as a 3-0 to the All-Star Gregory. And that misses for ball 4, and that is going to load the bases with 2 outs. The bottom of the 5th for the catcher, Sam Cohen. Malcolm Tipler on third. Chandler Anderson at second. Andre Gregory on first here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, 0-0 ball game. Voted for Sam Cohen. Yoshihara winds and kicks, deals inside at the elbow, ball 1. And after that, missed for ball 1. Chris Beck, the pitching coach for the Chinooks, going to go have a word with his right-hander. No action in the Chinooks bullpen yet. So this is just going to be a meeting for Chris Beck here. Pump his right-hander up, tell him, hey, you're okay, you got this. Give him some advice. Bases loaded here with 2 outs. And it's a 0-0 ball game. 1 ball, no strike currently. It's Sam Cohen, catcher for the Pilots, at the plate. The 1-0 from Yoshihara. That is sent high in the air, and Alex Schmidt's out there. Takes about 5 feet out of the infield dirt and collects it. And Yoshihara walks off into the Chinook dugout. Takes a big sigh of relief as he gets out of a bases-loaded jam. We head to the top of the 6th, 0-0 ball game here. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. Top of the 6th here in this 0-0 ball game between your Chinooks and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Levi Gilcrease to lead things off here with Biagio shoot on the mound once again for the Pilots. Looks into Gilcrease and throws outside for ball 1. The 1-ball, no strike pitch to Gilcrease. And Gilcrease chops that out into right center, and that ball's going to drop. And the Chinooks going to have a base runner here to lead things off at the top of the 6th. For Justin Gomez now to the plate. With nobody out and a runner on first after that Gilcrease leadoff single. Shoot from the stretch, and Gomez, first pitch swinging out to Brennan out there in center, who hustles in and makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out here. And now Aaron Shackelford to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out here in the 0-0 ball game in the top half of the 6th. 8:32 here in Anchorage, Alaska. As Aaron Shackelford looks to move Gilcrease and put himself on the base pass. 1 out, runner on first. First pitch to Shackelford is inside. Strike 1. The 0-1 is outside. Puts the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is outside and high. Ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. And Shackelford out to Tipler at second. And flips to Anderson at short and to first. In time for a 4-6-3 double play to end things here at the top of the 6th. The Chinooks get a leadoff base runner, but cannot take advantage of anything else. And it looks like Gilcrease having some words with the second base umpire. But it looks like no avail. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, 0-0 ball game. When we come back, we got more Chinook baseball. Bottom of the 6th here, Tyler Yoshihara back on the mound for the Chinooks. And Carter Benz stepping to the plate here.
Number 14, Carter Benz.
Yoshihara looking in, and the first pitch off the bottom of the 6th is in for a swinging strike one. 0-1 is chopped foul. And Yoshihara in the driver's seat here on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 coming from Yoshihara. That one comes inside as Benz has to back out of the way of that one. Ball 1. 1-2 now coming from Yoshihara. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here, and nobody out. And that one is chopped to Coffey. Coffey flips to first and in time for the first out of the bottom of the 6th here. As Yoshihara, Ben's jammed in there. That's going to be 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. As Chris McCready now, the pilot right fielder, to the plate. And that one outside for ball 1. 1-0. And that one sent opposite field foul. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is up high for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and nobody on here. Yoshihara looks in and throws and finds the strike zone there. Even count at 2-2 here. The 2-2 with 1 away, nobody on. And inside. And how McCready got away from that one, no idea. And that will be ball 3.
I'm just showing this gentleman how to do it real quick.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. Yoshihara winds and throws, and that one is sent out of play for a 3-2 foul ball. So we'll have another full count pitch coming up from Yoshihara momentarily. 3-2 pitch on its way. Got him looking there. Yoshihara, great location. McCready knew it the moment he looked at the pitch. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Still nobody on for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. 0-0 is the score. And it's been a pitcher's duel so far. No runs for either team. 3 hits for the Chinooks, 2 hits for the Pilots. So knock on wood, but Yoshihara doing great so far through 5 2/3. And he misses down low ball 1. And the 0-1 is chopped out to Michi at second, who flips to Rojas. And Yoshihara, through 6 innings of no-run ball, gives his Chinooks a chance in this game. We head to the top of the 7th. 0-0 is the score. When we come back, the Chinooks come to the plate. Top of the 7th here. Brandon Mitchell to lead things out. Biagio shoot once again on the mound for the Pilots in a 0-0 ball game. In the first pitch, Joe Michi at the plate. He's in for strike 1. The 0-1 coming up to Michi here. And the 0-1 gets away from Shoot. Evens up the count. 1 ball on 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Michi as he goes down 1-2. One, 2. And Michi held up there and should have swung as he's called on strikes looking. And that is the first down at the top of the 7th here. In this 0-0 ball game. To the plate now. Big hitting Preston White to the plate. Hitting here with nobody on and 1 away. At the top of the 7th, 0-0 is the score. As the Chinooks look to break whatever puzzle Biagio Shoot has up his sleeve for the Pilots here. Only 3 hits so far through 6 1/3. And that one is in for strike 1 from the breaking ball by Shoot. The 0-1. He's outside, even it up 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 to White from Shoot. And that breaking ball finds its way in the strike zone. Now White up there will have to protect. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 to White. And White takes a hack at that one, but comes up with nothing but air. And shoot, back-to-back strikeouts here. Puts the Chinooks in a hole. Nobody on, 2 away in the top of the 7th for Adam Rojas. Tonight's first baseman for the Chinooks.
Justin University first baseman number 15, Adam Rojas.
That one, low in the dirt. Ball 1 to Rojas. 0-0 the score here. This top half of the 7th. 2 outs, nobody on. And the 1 ball, no strike pitch coming up to Adam Rojas. Rojas sends that out to Thompson. That's short. He flips to first. And the first baseman over there. And had to go off the bag, but applied the tag anyway. Route number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 0-0 is the score when we come back. Bottom of the 7th here. New pitcher on for the Chinooks. Daniel Sweeney. Daniel Sweeney, typically found in the starting slot. However, has been out for the past week or so with a back injury. But he seems to be fully recovered here and will come out of the pen tonight and be starting in the near future. As he faces Armani Smith at the plate. Ball 1. 1-0. He's in for strike 1. Sweeney from East Tennessee State University. Sports a 1-win, 2-loss record, a 4.8 ERA, and in 30 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 38 hits given up as that ball's in the dirt. Ball 2. Armani Smith coming in to pitch hit here for the Pilots. In this 0-0 ball game, looking to get something across. See if we can change something. 2-1 from Sweeney. And that one is tipped to the backstop, foul. Evens it up, 2-2. Sweeney, nobody on, nobody out. 2-2 to Smith. Is inside and out of the strike zone to put the count full 3-2. Smith from Sweeney. That one's chopped out to Coffee, who takes it on a hop, and the throw to first is in time for out number 1.
Next up, your Glacier pilots from Awesome View University, shortstop number 5, Malcolm Tipler.
Malcolm Tipler now to the plate. Pilot second baseman hitting here with nobody on and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th inning. 0-0 is the score. And Tipler takes that one low, ball 1. The 1 ball, no strike pitch is in for strike 1. 1-1 from Sweeney. Just missed ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, coming to Tipler with nobody out. Nobody on, 1 away, 2-1. And that one's chapped into left field for a 1-out single. And the Pilots collect their 3rd hit of the game. And it could have come at a better time as this game's getting to the late stages and something needs to give here. And now with the 1 away and a runner on first, Chandler Anderson. Checking in on other Alaska baseball, the Oilers have taken a 1-0 lead over the Bucks. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Right now, 0-0 is the score of this game, and runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Daniel Sweeney on the mound for the Chinooks and drops that one in for strike 1. The 0-1 come from Sweeney. And that one on a breaking ball gets Anderson swinging there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes with a runner aboard first and 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Sweeney looks into Anderson, gets the sign from his catcher Gomez, checks Tipler at first, sets the 0-2. And that one is chopped out to right field. Johnson takes a few steps back, comes in, and puts it away for the 2nd out of the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs now for the top of the order. Will Brennan to the plate.
Next up, your Glacier pilots from the University of Arkansas, center fielder number 4, Samuel.
And well, we got a pitch hitter here. Samuel Blair now from the University of Arkansas. Coming in a pitch hit for Will Brennan with 2 outs and a runner on first in the bottom of the 7th, and that's 0-0 fair. Sweeney checks Tipler at first, looks in, 2 outs, runner on first, and the pitch is low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The Razorback at the plate. 1-0 from Sweeney. He just misses on the outside corner, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first. In the bottom of the 7th, Sweeney looks in, the 2-0. And that one is chopped foul down the third base line. So we'll have a 2-1 count now. Two balls, 1 strike here with a runner on first and 2 away. Sweeney checks the runner at first, looks in, sets the 2-1. There goes Tipler, and that ball is chopped foul down the third base line. And we'll have an even count. 2-2. Sweeney again checks Tipler at first, who was stealing on that last pitch, the 2-2. And he gets Blair swinging. Gomez applies the tag. And Sweeney brings out the breaking ball and gets him swinging. We're through 7. No runs for either team in this 0-0 ball game. We head to the top of the 8th. Your Chinooks coming to the plate. We're back here in the top of the 8th in this 0-0 game. 3 hits apiece for both teams as Luke Coffey to lead things off in the top half of the 8th for the Chinooks. And he takes that one in from Biagio Shoot for strike 1. The 0-1 is inside but outside of the strike zone. Evens it up 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to Coffey, who takes that one outside for ball 2. The 2-1, and Coffey chops that out to Thompson at short, who flips to first and in time for the first out of the inning.
It's last call on concessions. Right now, while they last, pilot dogs are only $2. Regular hot dogs are only $1. Once again, while they last, pilot dogs only $2. Regular hot dogs only $1. Now batting for the Chinooks from Oral Roberts University.
Alex Schmidt's now to the plate here, hitting with 1 out, nobody on. In this top half of the 8th in the 0-0 ball game, Shoot delivers, and Schmidt's first pitch swinging sends that out into foul territory and out of play for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike here to Schmidt's. That one is chopped out to right center. Samuel Blair rolls over to his left and camps under that one. Out number 2. And after 2 quick outs, top of the order, Jeremy Johnson out of the plate.
Next up for the Chinooks at the top of the order from Auburn University, right fielder number 14, Jeremy Johnson.
And the pitch from Shoot to Johnson is in for strike 1. And the 0-1. And that one is chopped foul to the Chinook dugout as Johnson goes down. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2, 2 out. Nobody on. Pitch from Shoot. And that one's up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Johnson. The 1-2 from Shoot. And Johnson taps that out to Thompson at short. Fields it, the throw to first. And the Chinooks go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. This game locked in 0-0 apiece. We'll be back with more Alaska Baseball League action. Bottom of the 8th here, as the Pilots and Chinooks locked in a pitcher's duel of 0-0 is the score. New pitcher on, J.J. Julian, the right-hander from Southern Wesleyan University, who misses high ball 1 to Andre Gregory at the plate. Julian, in 14 games on the mound, 1 win, 3 losses, a 3.5 ERA, and 18 innings under his belt, 28 strikeouts, 18 walks, and given up 14 hits, as that one misses in the dirt for ball 2. As we just passed the 9 o'clock hour here in Anchorage, Alaska. This game moving at a swift pace. But right now, there's no end in sight as no run has been scored for either team as Julian misses up high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strike to Gregory. And that one skips in the dirt, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. And the Pilots, in this 0-0 ball game, where not many scoring attempts have even been plausible, get off to a good start here with a leadoff walk to put a runner on first and nobody out. And automatically, the Chinooks send Preston White down to the bullpen and start warming up. Julian sets with a runner on first, nobody out, to Sam Cohen, who takes that one in for strike 1. Luke Coffey is playing mighty in from the third base side, just in case Cohen and the Pilots drop the bunt, as it could be considered the smart thing to do in this 0-0 ball game, and a runner on first and nobody out. Julian going to check in on first as Gregory slides in safely. Zero is the score. Julian sets. The 0-1 is inside, ball 1. Count even at 1 apiece. In the 8th and a runner on first, and Sam Cohen, the catcher, hit from the left side, the 1-1. As right now, Julian throws to first to keep Gregory honest over there. The 1-1. At first, Julian flips to first once again. Keeping an eye on Gregory. The University of New Mexico shortstop playing third tonight. Gregory has only 2 stolen bases. Cohen had the bunt down but pulled back after Julian missed high. And he goes down 2 balls, 1 strike. The UC Santa Barbara catcher, Sam Cohen. And a swing and a miss from Cohen evens his count up 2-2. Runner aboard first and nobody out, and a 2-2 pitch on its way from Julian to Cohen. Julian looks in, the 2-2. Got him swinging, and Cohen not happy about him. Julian gave him the high cheese, and Cohen could not resist taking a hack at it. Comes up empty for strikeout number 1 for Julian, and out number 1 at the bottom of the 8th. Carter Benz now, the Bulldog from Fresno State, to the plate for the Pilots. In the bottom of the 8th, 0-0 is the score at Mulcahy Stadium. 1 out and a runner on first. And J.J. Julian on the mound for the Chinooks. And that ball's in the dirt, skips away from Gomez, but Gomez able to get a piece of it and keep that ball from going all the way to the backstop. So Gregory on first had nowhere to go except trot back to first. No balls, 1 strike to Benz at the plate, coming from Julian, the hard-throwing righty. And Julian checks over to Gregory once more. Julian looks in, the 0-1 coming up to Benz, runner on first and 1 away in the bottom of the 8th in a 0-0 ball game. And Benz chops that to the backstop for a foul ball and strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Coming to Benz at the plate with Gregory on first and 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. As Julian once again checks in on Gregory. The 0-2 coming from Julian. And that breaking ball just missed up high for ball 1. Strikes here. Julian again checks over to Gregory. Honest when it comes to this game we call baseball. Julian to Benz with a runner on first and 1 away. 0-0 was the score. Julian, the 1-2, got him swinging. And back-to-back strikeouts after a leadoff walk. Julian seems to have found his command here. And now with a runner on first and 2 outs here. Cade Harris to the plate. He's coming into this game to pitch in. From University of Oklahoma, we saw him last night. Situation. So he'll look to do some damage here for the Pilots. Julian sets with 2 outs, but first, once again, kind of has become a tradition here in this inning. Checks at Gregory with the pickoff attempt. And Julian drops that first pitch in for strike 1. The 0-1 now.
That's why I'm letting you just kind of get a feel for it.
And that one is tipped off the mask of Gomez. Gomez just a little shaken up, but appears to be okay. Has Harris at the plate, drops down to no balls, 2 strikes. Going to have to protect here as Julian looks for his 3rd strikeout in a row to get out of this 8th inning. Julian sets the 0-2, 2-out pitch. The 0-2 from Julian is down, and that ball skips away from Gomez, and Gregory is going to go from first to second after Gomez kept it in front of him. The ball slipped away from him. And so now the Pilots are able to creak open that door of hope just a tad, as Harris will await the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. With the runner now in scoring position on second, as Julian looks to get out of this little jam here. Julian sets the 1-ball, 2-strike, 2-out pitch. Got him swinging. Julian, after giving him a 4-pitch walk, shook that off quickly and got back-to-back-to-back strikeouts. We're through 8, folks. We'll see if the Chinooks can crack the scoring sheet when we come back to the top of the ninth. 0-0 ball game in this Alaska Baseball League action. Top of the ninth, folks, as the Chinooks look to put the first run of the game as Levi Gilcrease is in to lead things off. And a new pitcher on, Steven Ledesma, the Pilots from UC Santa Barbara and a Ventura, California native, the 6'5 righty, misses down and drops down to 2 balls, no strikes to Gilcrease. Ledesma, in 5 games on the mound, 12 innings pitched, 3.75 ERA, giving up 13 hits, 5 walks, but 14 strikeouts. The Chinooks have seen him in 5 innings combined as he drops that one in for a strike 1 to Gilcrease. And this top of the ninth, 0-0 ball game here at Mulcahy Stadium. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the Baylor Bear at the plate, playing center field tonight. Ledesma, the 2-1, and Gilcrease chops it out to Gregory at third, who collects it, flips to first, and that's off the bag, and he was able to apply the tag. Armani Smith out there. The throw was high and just was able to come down with it and apply the tag to Gilcrease. And the Chinooks have one out here in the top of the ninth as Justin Gomez hits here with nobody on.
From Azusa Pacific, catcher number 25, Justin Gomez.
Justin Gomez sitting here with one away, nobody on. UC Santa Barbara right-hander. And Gomez could not hold up on that one, and that is in for strike one. No balls, one strike. Coming to Gomez here. And Gomez chops that up the middle. Tough play for Thompson, who fields it, turns, and throws, and in time for out number 2. This Pilots infield getting a lot of work, and they are coming up big, making a lot of tough plays. And it is really making the Chinooks' job even more difficult to get on base. And now with nobody on in the top of the ninth and 2 away, Aaron Shackelford. And I'll say this, it is a rare occurrence to not see any runs here. This is the first time the Chinooks have gone 8 innings with no runs, as that one is outside for ball 1. But this league, the second best collegiate league arguably in the country, the talent, especially on the mound, is rare to find, as Shackelford sends that out of play to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 from Ledesma to Shackelford here. And Shackelford makes contact, but that is foul for strike 2. The 1-2 from Ledesma. And that's high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the ninth, with nobody on, and Aaron Shackelford hitting from the left side of the plate, facing the new pitcher, Steven Ledesma. Ledesma gets the sign from Cohen, and the 2-2 is down in the dirt, and Shackelford has worked his way here to a full count. 3-2, 2 out, nobody on. Pitch coming from Ledesma. And Shackelford goes down swinging. And well, the Chinooks are going to be hoping for extras here as we head to the bottom of the ninth, 0-0 ball game. The Chinooks looking for extras. The Pilots looking to walk off. When we come back, more Chinook baseball. Bottom of the ninth here, folks. 0-0 ball game as the Chinooks will look to keep this game where it's at and go to the extras here. As J.J. Julian back on the mound, Cameron Thompson at the plate is in for strike 1. The 0-1 from Julian now on its way. As Thompson fouls that out of play opposite field. He goes down quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. And that breaking ball is not breaking enough. That hangs up high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. And that one is sent foul down the line to keep this count where it's at. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Julian steps back on the rubber. The 1-2 pitch on its way. And that one is up high for some chin music there. As Thompson has to back away from that one, and we have an even count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Julian looks to find the strike zone here for the first out of the bottom of the ninth. Julian, the 2-2. And that one sent out of play by Thompson once more. The 2-2 from Julian once more. And that one backs up Thompson. And this will be a full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Julian getting the sign from Gomez. Looks in, the 3-2. And that one is sent foul, and we got a battle going on. 3 balls, 2 strikes coming again. The 3-2. And that one is sent to the backstop as Thompson able to stay alive. The 3-2 again. And that one misses inside for ball 4. And Thompson, after falling behind 0-2, works his way to a walk. And all of a sudden, this game is in danger here. Bottom of the ninth, 0-0 ball game. The Pilots just need 1 run. And Thompson up to Platt. And Armani Smith to the plate here. And now we'll see if the Pilots look for the bunt. And Armani Smith has the bunt down, pulls back, and there goes Thompson as he successfully steals. And now the Pilots have a runner on second and nobody out. And, well, it would not shock me to see the bunt trying to put down again to see if Thompson can get to third here instead of the potential sack fly situation. Armani Smith at the plate. He already has the bunt down. And now the infield going to get set up as Armani Smith was ready to go. Bottom of the ninth, 0-0 ball game, folks. Pilots just need 1 run to win this game. Have a runner on second, nobody out. And Armani Smith has the bunt down. The pitch, and Smith pulls back again. Ball 2. Now, if you want to go as strategic as possible, the smart money decision might be just to walk Smith here and force the play at any base other than home. I mean, the runner at first doesn't matter. It's only the runner at second because as long as that run scores, the game's over. And Smith again just pulls back as Julian misses up high, ball 3. And so even though you never want to walk, in this case, it might actually come back to help you, as you don't want to let Smith put that bunt down and get Thompson from second to third, as that would put the winning run 90 feet away. The 3-0 pitch, Smith has the bunt down again. Thompson stands on second, Julian the 3-0. And Smith gets the bunt down. Thompson is going to get to third. Julian picks it up. The throw to first is in time as Mitchie came to cover that from second to first. And now the Pilots with 1 away in the bottom of the ninth. Run standing 90 feet away from home, and Cameron Thompson. And Malcolm Tipler to the plate. And the infield will be in now for the Chinooks. Bottom of the ninth, 0-0 ball game. And with one away, the Pilots run at third. And, well, this is how this game's kind of been. Back bunts, stolen bases, the only way you're going to get a run right now. And we'll see here just how aggressive the Pilots want to be. With Malcolm Tipler, good speed, and Thompson, good speed at third. A suicide squeeze cannot be completely out of the realm of possibility. So infield will be in for the Chinooks, and Malcolm Tipler to the plate. Good arms on center and right between Gilcrease and Johnson, as Julian puts that one in for strike one. If you're wondering why I don't say left field, well, Aaron Shackelford out there, I am sure he does have a good arm, but it just has not been tested as he's typically found in the infield. So if you're the Chinooks, if any ball goes to the outfield, he would love to be in center or right. As Julian misses down low to even up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So it appears Julian is going to go after Tipler here, as you could make the case to walk him and set up the double play, but with the infield in and only 1 out, Julian will attack the 1-1 pitch. And that breaking ball comes in beautifully to go ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th here, 0-0 is the score. The Pilots have the winning run 90 feet away, staying at third base, and Malcolm Tipler waiting the 1-2, 1-out pitch from Julian. And here it comes. And Tipler watches that one low and outside, ball 2. Even count at 2 apiece, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And you can cut the tension with a knife, folks. Cameron Thompson on third, Malcolm Tipler hitting from the left side, the 2-2 pitch from Julian with 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. And he's got to find a way to get this out. 2-2. And Tipler chops that foul. And it appeared like Thompson was going on contact. So if the ball's in the ground, with the infield in, Thompson appears to be breaking on any sort of contact. So the ball will have to come home. Buckle up. Thompson on third, the 2-2 from Julian. And that one misses on the inside, ball 3. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, with 1 away here. Bottom of the 9th, in a stressful situation for the Chinooks and Julian. Julian, the full count pitch, is inside at the elbow for ball 4. And now the Chinooks will see what the infield does. It appears with runners on the corners now, the infield might go back to double play depth. But first, Chris Beck going to go have a word with Julian. Like I mentioned in the last inning, the Chinooks did have Preston White run down to the bullpen, so we'll see if this is the plug on Julian or if this is just a meeting. And Chris Beck is going to pull the plug on Julian. Julian exits after 1 1/3 with 3 strikeouts and 1 hit, and Julian will exit and give heed to the 6'6" right-hander Preston White. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break for this pitching change, but when we come back, bottom of the 9th, 0-0 ball game. The Pilots, with 1 out, have runners on the corners, as the Chinooks cannot allow that run from there to score. This game is lost. When we come back, Preston White on the mound for the Chinooks. And as we're back here, folks, bottom of the ninth, 0-0 ball game. The Pilots have runners on the corners with one away. Preston White coming into the game. White, last pitch, July 15th. Went one inning and got the save. As right now, the infield is back to double play depth. Is any ball in the outfield is a potential game winner. Any hit to the outfield will give credence to a Pilots win. Runners on the corners, one away, winning run 90 feet away. And Chandler Anderson at the plate and Preston White on the mound. And the bunt was down, but pulled back for ball one. And well, been even tighter. As with the bunt down, that could mean a suicide squeeze. One ball, no strikes now from White to Anderson, and the time called by the batter. Don't blame him. I would want an extra breath here in this situation. Away stands the Pilots, winning run. 1-0 pitch from White. Double play depth is the infield. There's runners on the corners. Once down, but pulled back and in for a strike. Is that fastball from White?
They're all ready for it.
1-1. And that one is sent out to Mitchie at second. Mitchie throws to first, and not in time. As Tipler was able to slide in safely, as that was a line drive caught by Mitchie. And Tipler just was safe. And now Samuel Blair to the plate, the top of the order, will have to have a hit. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Chandler, Cameron Thompson, who stands on third, representing the game, winning run. And 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth here, runners on the corners. And Preston White on the mound, inside for ball one. The 1-0 to Blair with the game-winning run, standing on third and 2 outs. There goes for the runner from first to second. Blair fouls that to the backstop to even this count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. That runner from first and second is just for show, as that means nothing. As I would be shocked if Gomez even came up throwing, if he even had the chance. The 1-1 pitch now. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth here, 0-0 ball game. White, the 1-1. Up high for ball 2. And the Chinooks have had a situation like this arise a few times. One ended on a walk-off homer. The other ended on a walk-off single. And the other ended on a walk-off hit by pitch. A 2-1 from White. And there goes the runner from first and second. But again, that ball is sent foul. And that'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And while the deuces are surely wild, the 2-2 count. 2 outs, 2 runners on. That's all I can think of. That involves a 2. But Samuel Blair, waiting the 2-2, has to put this ball in play to give the Pilots a chance to win. The 2-2 from White with 2 outs. Up high for ball 3, and Tipler is going to take this base to second, but it means nothing, as the only run we care about stands on third. White, the 3-2, and really, White can throw anything he wants, as giving up a walk would mean nothing here, as the run from third will still stand 90 feet away, so he's going for the punch-out. The 3-2 pitch, game-winning run on third, 2 outs. And that one's sent out to Mitchie, who dives and catches it. And Mitchie, I'm telling you, that ball was probably in slow motion, and White leaves the mound and the Chinooks. How? I do not know. But they escape the tie intact. And we are going to extras, folks. Right on the top of the 10th, 0-0 ball game. We got more baseball when we come back. And as we're back here, we got some free baseball for you. Top of the 10th, this game 0-0 apiece. And Brandon Mitchie to lead things out to try to get the Chinooks on the board. As that one comes in for strike one. The 0-1 now. And Mitchie takes them to the outside. Strike two. No balls, two strikes. Top of the 10th. And Mitchie goes down swinging there. For out number one. And now to the plate. The DH turned pitcher, Preston White. Hitting here with no one on and one away. As White says that high in the air on first pitch swinging. Gregory comes in from third, about halfway down the third baseline and puts it away for a quick out number two here. And now with two outs, nobody on here in the top half of the 10th. Adam Rojas to the plate. As that one's in on the inside, ball one. 1-0, coming to Rojas. Outside, ball two. Two balls, no strikes, two outs, and nobody on. And Adam Rojas hitting the right side of the plate. Takes that one outside, ball three. And Steven Ledesma on the mound for the Pilots looks in. The 3-0 pitch to Rojas is in for strike one. Three-one hitters count to Rojas. And swinging a miss for strike two. And Ledesma has worked his way back from going down 3-0 and has this count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top half of the 10th, and nobody on for the Chinooks. Ledesma getting the signs from his catcher Cohen, sets the 3-2. And Rojas is able to get some on that, but that's sent out to right field, and that is put away for the third and final out of the top of the 10th. And the Chinooks go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 10th. This game tied 0-0 as the Pilots look to walk it off and the Chinooks look to keep it in a bay. Bottom of the 10th here as the Chinooks try for the second time in a row. Look to keep the Pilots scoreless and head to the top of the 11th. But right now, the Pilots need just one run in this game. It's Preston White back on the mound. Trying to keep the Pilots scoreless as Andre Gregory takes that one high for ball 1. 1-0, and that one is sent high in the air, but shallow as Gilcrease is out there and camps on that one for the first out of the inning. One out now in the bottom of the 10th as Sam Cohen now stepping to the plate for the Pilots. And White misses outside, ball 1. The 1-ball, no-strike pitch. In the bottom of the 10th here, this game, scoreless at 0s apiece. And White finds a strike zone to even up. 1-ball, 1 strike. Another Alaska Baseball League news. The Oilers currently still lead the Bucks 1-0 in the top half of the 6th. We'll be keeping an eye on that one, especially once this game goes final here in Anchorage. And that one's sent out to left field. This could be trouble. Aaron Jackford's going to go, and that's going to drop in the corner as Cohen's going to round first and dig into second. And the Pilots have a 1-out double. As Cohen, not a lot of power behind it, but just got enough of it to send that ball in the air and drop and roll all the way to the corner. So now, with the 1 out, the Pilots have a runner on second for Carter Benz in the bottom of the 10th here. And the Chinooks, once again, going to have to hold their breaths, cross their fingers, and hope they can get out of this as White misses on the inside at the hands, ball 1. One ball, no strike pitch. And Ben sends that foul. Evens it up 1 ball, 1 strike here. The 1-1 with a runner on second, 1 away in the bottom of the 10th here. And White looks over to second, the 1-1 pitch. And that's up high to Benz, 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, you're thinking how we got here. Well, the Chinooks, through 9 innings, only had 3 hits, and the Pilots, through 9, only had 4 hits. And when you take that into consideration, makes sense that no runs have scored. But now the Pilots are threatening here with a runner on second with 1 away in the bottom of the 10th. And that one is sent behind us here. Fouled, even up the count, 2-2. Carter Benz from the right side of the plate, stepping back in. White looks into Gomez as catcher gets the sign. A 2-2 pitch with 1 away and a runner on second. And that is inside to load the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And you can tell by the way the Chinooks reacted. They're not sure where that missed, but nonetheless it did. Sam Cohen takes the lead off second, and fellow catcher in the DH role, Carter Benz, awaits the 3-2 from White. But White first looks over to second and comes off the mound. Nothing to it. White steps back on the rubber. The 3-2 1-out pitch on its way momentarily. The Bulldog, Carter Benz at the plate with a runner aboard second in the 0-0 bottom of the 10th game. 3-2 from White. And Benz chops down to right field, and this could be trouble. And Johnson's going to come up, but the runner is going to be held up. As that one was rifled out to right field, but the problem was it went too fast. That's Sam Cohen, who's having catcher's legs now. Had absolutely no chance to come around, and I don't blame the third base coach for the Pilots for holding him, as Jeremy Johnson out there in right field already had the ball by the time Cohen was about to step on third, so a very wise choice. But ultimately now, the infield for the Chinooks in double play depth as Cade Harris to the plate here. One ball to the outfield could do it. The winning run is represented on third, 90 feet away, and one out here in the bottom of the 10th. Preston White looking to get out of another jam. And a swing and a miss by Harris drops him down in 0-1. Sam Cohen on third, Carter Benz on first, and one away here in the bottom of the 10th. 0-0 as we just passed the 9:45 threshold. And the 0-1 coming to Harris from Preston White. And the Chinooks are dying for a grounder to the middle infield to try to have a double play, and that was a bunt attempt, but foul tip from Harris, and he drops now down. No balls, 2 strikes. And I'm surprised we haven't seen the steal from the man on first, Carter Benz. I would be surprised here with the winning run on third base. See Gomez even attempt to throw down a second and even risk it. But ultimately, runners on the corners here with one away. Winning run 90 feet away for the Pilots, and the 0-2 pitch on its way from White. And that one is sent into foul territory and going to sail as the third baseman, Luke Coffey, attempted to come but ran out of real estate. And we'll have another 0-2 pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners here with one away in this bottom of the 10th game. When he run 90 feet away for the Pilots, Preston White looking to shut that down. The 0-2, and Harris battling up there, sends that straight to the backstop. Just missed that one. He'll stay alive here. And the 0-2 once again, as the Chinooks have, it appears to be a right-hander warming up down to the bullpen. Right now, this is all Preston White. The 0-2 as White sets and looks in. And that one is high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Sam Cohen on third, Carter Benz on first. Sam Cohen, who's 90 feet away from home plate. If he crosses, Pilots win. 1 out here, bottom of the 10th, 0-0 ball game. Preston White, the 1-2 pitch. That's outside, and Gomez faked the throw to second. As Carter Benz takes second, and, well, I can say for myself, when Gomez came out throwing, my heart skipped a beat, but Gomez knew what he was doing. That's why he's in the catcher's gear, folks. And so now the infield is in after the double play possibility is out the door. So now any contact, I would assume Sam Cohen's coming home from third. The 2-2 pitch with 1 away. And Harris chops that to first, and here comes the throw home. And Gomez has all the time in the world to apply the tag. As well, when I said he'd be coming home on contact, I did not think he was going to come home on that one. But the Chinooks get 1 step closer to getting out of another jam as they throw the runner out at home. And now runners on first and second, 2 away. So the damage is lightened a tad, but there still is damage and a threat still full and intact here. And still with Cameron Thompson at the plate, a single in the outfield could potentially bring home the winning run. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th, 0-0 ball game. And runners on first and second. And Thompson takes that one high for ball 1. Preston White on the mound. 1 ball, no strikes. To Cameron Thompson. Winning run on second for the Pilots. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. A 1 ball, no strike pitch from White on the mound. And that's high and outside, ball 2. Two 0 now. White sets, looks in. And the 2-0 is high. Ball 3. Now you have to wonder. Cameron Thompson at the plate hitting from the left side with a 3-0 pitch. Will surely get something to hit here if he elects to hold off, as you rarely see a hitter being aggressive on a 3-0 count. But let's see what happens. 3-0 from White with 2 outs and runners on first and second. And no need to swing the bat, as that one is way out of the strike zone high. With ball 4, and the Pilots have runners occupying every base here. And Armani Smith to the plate. And if there's any silver lining here, you're lucky there's 2 outs. As with the power this guy possesses at the plate, you would not want him hitting with 1 out. So now Armani Smith will have to put this ball in play and pass the infield here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Winning run 90 feet away, 2 outs. Preston White versus Armani Smith here. And Smith thought about it but held off. Ball 1. And Gomez going to go have a word with his right-hander, Preston White. As we don't want to talk about it, but Preston White just had a 4-pitch walk and missed again. The last thing you want to do is walk in the game-winning run. Gomez out there to just have a word with his righty. Give him the game plan. 1 ball, no strikes to Armani Smith. Bases loaded with 2 outs. In this bottom of the 10th. Winning run standing on third. Preston White on the mound for the Chinooks. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one's inside again, ball 2. And well, 2-0. The 2-0 from White. He's in there for strike 1. Runners on every base here for the Pilots. Bottom of the 10th, 0-0 ball game. The Pilots score 1, they win it all. In this game, 2-1 from White to Smith at the plate for the Pilots. And Smith swings and misses on that one, and this count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Bottom of the 10th here. As we'll see here, Preston White can escape again. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. White takes the sign from Gomez. Winning run 90 feet away. White from the stretch, the 2-2. And Smith goes after that one. It comes up empty. And White walks back to the dugout. Once again, escaping a jam. We're heading to the 11th 0-0 ball game. When we come back, the Chinooks coming to the plate in the top of the 11th inning. As we're back here in the top of the 11th, no runs for either team, which means it's a 0-0 ball game, and Luke Coffey on to lead things out for the Chinooks. As Coffey unloads on the first pitch, but sends that in foul territory. And that is into the glove of Armani Smith on first for out number 1. Alex Schmidt's now to the plate. A 0-0 ball game. The top of the 11th. Schmidt swings and misses for strike 1. Steven Ledesma back on the mound for the 3rd inning of work here. The 0-1 from Ledesma to Schmidt. And another swing and a miss. But Schmidt's in a hole. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 with 1 away. And that one's low and outside, ball 1. Ledesma sets the 1-2. And Schmitz goes down swinging. 2 outs here. The top of the 11th, and nobody on for the leadoff hitter, Jeremy Johnson.
Next up for the Chinooks from Auburn University at the top of the order, right fielder number 14, Jeremy Johnson.
And that one is in for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike here. From Ledesma to Johnson. And Johnson goes after that breaking ball on the outside. And goes down 0-2. Ledesma pulled out all the stops on terms of nastiness. And puts Johnson down 0-2 with nobody on and 2 outs. Again, only 0-0. The pitching has been dominant. And Johnson, well, love when I'm proven wrong. Johnson drops that 2-out pitch into the outfield for a 2-out single. As with Johnson's speed and Gilcrease's bat, let's see what the Chinooks can do here. As folks, that is only the 4th hit in 33 outs. So Johnson stands on first, and I am not a betting man. But if I was, I think Johnson's going to try to steal here. Let's see with Gilcrease at the plate. Well, he's not, as that one's in for strike 1. So not proven wrong there, but Gilcrease at the plate here with 2 outs in the top of the 11th, 0-0 ball game. As we are approaching the 10 o'clock hour, this game has been moving at a steady pace. The 0-1 to Gilcrease, and Gilcrease pops that high in the air as Cohen going to go to the backstop, and the ball goes into his glove. Route number 3, well, the Chinooks get a base runner, but to no avail. We're headed to the bottom of the 11th, and the Chinooks, let's see if they can test fate again. 0-0 ball game. The Pilots, for the 3rd time in a row, come to the plate to try to win things. The Chinooks, for the 3rd time in a row, come to the mound, try to shut them down and keep it at bay. We're headed to the top, or the bottom of the 11th. 0-0 is the score. Bottom of the 11th here. 0-0 is the score as the Pilots look to walk off in this one. And Preston White, in his third inning of work here, looks to keep him at bay for the third time in a row. And that one is in for strike one. No balls, one strike here to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 11th. This 0-0 fair in Anchorage, Alaska. The 0-1 is inside. Even count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Only 10:05 here in Anchorage in Mulcahy Stadium. Like I mentioned in the top half of the inning, this game was moving at such a steady pace. What normally would be a 3.5-hour game has only been just passing the 3-hour threshold. And you can make the case the 3-hour threshold won't even really be in effect until 10:10. It's only 10:03 here. So this game has been moving at a quicker pace than normal. But right now, Preston White has a 1-2 count to Tipler and rings him up. Look at Preston White starts things off good in the bottom of the 11th. For a strikeout number 1 in the bottom of the 11th. Route number 1 here.
Now batting for your Glacier Pilots from the University of Utah, right fielder number 16, Chandler Anderson.
Chandler Anderson out of the plate here with 1 out and nobody on, and sends that one foul for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. And Anderson up the middle, Schmitz, and not able to get on that one. And that's going to be a 1-out base runner. As that one was sent to the left side of second base, and Schmitz looked for a second like he could make a play, but the ball goes under his glove. For a 1-out base runner here for the Pilots. And Samuel Blair at the plate with 1 out and a runner on first with 1 away. On the bottom of the 11th, 0-0 ball game here. And a swing and a miss by Blair drops him down to 0-1 here. Anderson on first. Samuel Blair at the plate. Preston White on the mound. The 0-1. But first, White checks over to Anderson. He slides in safely. White sets the 0-1 to Blair. And there goes Anderson. Gomez pops up to throw down Mitchie. And the ball goes out of his glove. It appeared Mitchie had the play. But when he came to apply the tag, the slide from Anderson popped it out of the glove. So now, folks, Pilots with only 1 out have the winning run on second and the top of the order up. And White the 1-1, and Blair rips that down to third, but Coffey right there spears it. Throw to first to Rowe, just a tad high, but Rowe just able to come down with it and apply the out. 2 outs now, as that ball was smoked down the third base line, but Coffey over there able to pick it cleanly and throw to first. For 2 outs now in the bottom of the 11th. Andre Gregory to the plate. 2 outs and a runner on second. 0-0 is the score in the bottom of the 11th inning. As the Pilots are potentially a hit away from walking off. And the Chinooks are 1 out away from keeping this game going. And that's outside as Gomez having to reach out and keep that one from the backstop. 1 ball, no strike. The 1-0 from White. And Gregory to the right side. This could be trouble. And here comes Anderson. And Johnson loses the ball and right, and that's going to do it. As Jeremy Johnson in right field, as he was coming up with it, fouled the ball. And the Pilots needed 1 run to walk off here. And, well, it's not the way you wanted to feel it.
We'd like to thank you all for coming out on Alaska Pipeline Service Company Night.
And, well, that's baseball for you. When you look at the score sheet, the Chinooks had their chances here. I'm going to take a short break, but we'll be back with a quick postgame. Alrighty, folks. Well, Cale Duarte here with you for a Chinook postgame. That's baseball. I mean, if you look at it, you only allowed 7 hits, but it only took 1 run. The pitching was phenomenal for both sides. Tyler Yoshihara and Biagio Shoot, both the starters. Yoshihara went 5 innings, pitched great. Actually, I believe he went 6 innings and went great, but it only took 1 run, and that's all that matters here. The Pilots win. The Pilots, with this win, just advance over. They go to 17-16. And so that is good for 3.5 out of the first. Now, as I was mentioning during the broadcast, the Oilers and Bucks are having a doubleheader. The Oilers lost the first one. The Bucks won the first one. But the Oilers currently lead the Bucks 2-1 in the final inning of that game. So the Bucks have 3 outs to try to come back. In terms of the Chinooks, we want the Oilers to lose. As right now, if the Oilers continue to win that game, if they can get 3 outs and keep that lead intact, they'll remain a game ahead of us here. But if they lose, we'll remain tied. Or should I say half game out of last place, or should I say 4th place in the final playoff spot. Tomorrow, we are up in Palmer facing the Matsu Miners. The Miners come into that game 20 wins and 12 losses. And so it seems that's going to be a tough game. We only have 9 games left, and the playoffs are right there. I mean, we could very well win the next 9 games and be 1st or 2nd place, and we could very well lose the next 9 games. But the worst thing to do is lose games like this when it was right there with you, but you let it lose it. But that's baseball. That's why we love it. That's why we hate it. And that's why we follow it. The Chinooks lose here 1-0. But, hey, that's okay. We're back against the Miners tomorrow. We fall to 14-21. And we're hoping to find and get back on that winning track. So that's going to do it here. Pilots 1, Chinooks 0. You guys have a great night. Cale Duarte signing off. Go Chinooks, and God bless.